What's up, fight fans? Welcome to Mr. Mustache MMA News. Today, I'll discuss this Saturday's main event between Erin Blanchfield and Maycee Barber. But before we forget, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to continue getting more MMA content by yours truly. Help the channel grow. All right, guys, getting right into it. We got a pretty special main event between Maycee Barber and Erin Blanchfield this Saturday. Winner one step closer to a title shot, damn close to a title shot. You could almost call them the true #1 contender, whoever gets their hand raised this Saturday. You got Erin Blanchfield, who's coming off of her massive victory over Rose Namajunas, the former champion, but before that had the loss against Manon Fiorot. And her win against Rose kind of gave me some concerns, but also there's still a lot to take from that fight, positive and negative, right? The first 2 rounds, Erin was just struggling to break that distance of Rose Namajunas. You could tell that the difference in the striking was evident. Rose was getting off on her constantly, moving fast, fluid, lateral movement, but Erin stuck to the game plan and did not wilt from that and did not shy from the fire and just kept going and kept using her pressure and eventually was just able to wear down Rose and utilize her own game plan and win rounds 3, 4, and 5 to get the victory, right? And here, though, and with Erin, though, and before that, because she had the fight with Manon, where Manon had tremendous success throughout the fight, and Erin just could not get herself going. So the one thing I want to highlight is Erin Blanchfield's ability to stick to the game plan. Even when things are not going her way, she sticks to what has gotten her to the dance, and she doesn't wilt from that. And it showed against Rose. Stick to the game plan, you keep going. Your opponent should eventually wilt to the pressure, right? But here against Maycee Barber, who does a lot of the same things that Erin Blanchfield does, but I think that she's going to be stronger, bigger, but 2 grappling heavy fighters. I think Erin, though, is going to be more cardio, pace, technique, chain takedowns, single leg takedowns, working against the fence cage, right? Or Macy, a berserker, just rushes forward, heavy hands, heavy takedowns, a lot like Dricus du Plessis, but in women's MMA, right? And Macy herself, too, burst onto the UFC scene, was calling herself the future youngest champion of all time, because I think she was like 20 years old when she made her debut. She's still young. Rattled off some big victories, but then ran into Roxanne Modafferi and Alexa Grasso. And I think she needed those losses. It helped her kind of take away some of that pressure of not losing, right? And just know that, that there is so much more to learn in the sport of MMA. And you know what? She took those 2 losses and did not let it define her, because she beat Miranda Maverick, Montana De La Rosa, Jessica Ai, Andrea Lee, Caitlin Sermonara. I know I'm missing one more in there. But just looking better and better every single time. And she doesn't have the best striking. She doesn't have the best wrestling. But she's able to put it together very well. Mix her martial of the arts, so to speak, right? So this one is interesting to me. It might turn out to be a striking match. I hope not. I want to see who the better grappler is in this fight. I want to see if Erin can use her cardio and use her slick techniques to maybe take the back of Maycee Barber. Or is Macy just going to march forward, get Erin on the ground, hold her down, use ground and pound? Or are we going to see like a stand-up kickboxing match for 5 rounds? This is a tough one, because I have a habit of these are supposed to be prediction videos, but I don't really make a necessarily I think this is who's going to win, because there's a lot of times my prediction is, it's 50-50. But Macy, she's intense. She wants it. She's a fucking dog. But then you got Erin Blanchfield, who I think checks all those same boxes that I just said about Macy. I just... Maybe the size and strength and physicality of Macy might be able to take over in that fight. But I said that with Charles Radke and Mike Mallow, where I thought the strength of Charles Radke was going to make a big difference, but the speed and fluidity of Mike Below went out there and just pieced Charles up immediately. I know it's different styles, but I feel like I might eat my words on this one again. I want Erin to win this fight. I'm rooting for Erin in this fight. But Macy is just someone that you just don't underestimate because she's a competitor. So I'm picking Erin. I'm going to pick Erin. This is, it's always my brain versus my heart, but I'm not a bettor. I don't put money on this stuff. So I want Erin Blanchfield to win this fight, but at the same time, Macy's a fucking dog. Absolute dog. It even kind of reminds me of when Gordon fought Thiago Moises, where Jared just went out there and just got the fight to the ground, berserker mode, and then just with his heavy hands. I could see Macy maybe doing that against Erin as well. But there's, I think, a lot of different avenues this fight can take. But I'd like to hear what you guys think. Do you guys have Erin? Do you guys have Macy? And why? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. Guys, that's going to do it for today. Mr. Mustache, MMA News out. Let's fucking go, fight fans.